We recently went through the pain of losing our longtime 21-year head coach, a very significant move in the history of this team of the 25 years, which are celebrating this coming year. But we now have the great news to be able to announce and show off to you the new head coach and general manager of the Chilliwack Chiefs, a man who we are absolutely confident will lead us on to a great future, to continue the great history of this organization, this team that Harvey built for very many years. So many people have been a part of the various ownership groups that have been here over the years, have done such a great job of building it, and we're ready to move to the next phase. That phase is going to start this coming year, our 25th year in the league, a time of great celebration. And so it's a great pleasure today for me to announce and to welcome to you our new head coach and general manager, Jason Tatarnic. Let me just say that the selection of a new head coach and general manager was a tremendously important thing for us to go through. Our ownership was very much involved. We have one of our owners here today, Mr. Hasselman, and he took an active role in our selection process, as did the other owners. And it was not an easy task because we had so many applications. This is one of the premier junior hockey clubs in all of Canada. And so to be able to be the head coach and general manager of this club was something that was highly sought after by very many people. We had applications from right across the country, Canada, United States, even Europe, of people that were well qualified to be the leaders of a club like this. So it was not an easy task to go through them and end up with the one who is absolutely the best. We are confident that we have picked the best because Jason has exemplary qualifications in the areas that matter to us as the management and the ownership group. He is a proven head coach. He's been to the RBC Cup, came in second, as it turned out, to Penticton the year that they won everything, the year that they had such a spectacular run here in the BCHL, went on to win the RBC Cup. But he went all the way there. He had a great playing career. He played in the famous Notre Dame of Wilcox, Saskatchewan, that we all know of, and so he was a prominent player there. He's a teacher. Over and above being a head coach and a general manager, he is a teacher. We take very seriously our responsibility to be an incubator for young men, young hockey players who are turning into good, great young men. Many of our players go on to play in colleges in the United States and Canada, and they are very concerned that the young people that come through our program are delivered to them, ready for their college career, as disciplined, as skilled, and as good citizens. And that's our job to do that. That's something that Jason has done so well over his career, teaching young men to be great young men as well as great hockey players. Another thing that was terrifically important to us was our ability to recruit players. We literally are in competition with all of the other teams, not just in the BCHL, but across Canada in the other CJHL teams and leagues, but also the USHL and other places, and certainly to some degree to other leagues, other levels. So it's important that we have great connections with the people that can help us find, scout and recruit these great players that can come through our program, enjoy success here, and then go on to their next stage of their life, whether it be in college hockey or in other pursuits. So it's important that we have that we found very much in Jason. The fourth thing that we're very interested in was his ability to integrate into the community. A franchise like this, a club like this, must be very engaged with the community in which it operates. And the people of Chilliwack have shown us over and over again that they care about that. They don't want a team that's separate from the community. They want to be engaged. They want to have a feeling of ownership and a feeling of interaction. And so it's important that our head coach and our general manager have the ability and the desire to get out and become involved. Jason has shown in his past involvements, particularly in Woodstock, New Brunswick, where he has most recently been the head coach for the last number of years, and where he has started his family, which I do want to mention that he does have a lovely wife, Sarah, and 3 young girls who are going to be a welcome addition to this community as well. And they've all been engaged in the community in which they live. They are going to become very involved in the Chilliwack community. So what we found in Jason was a totally well-rounded person who exceeded in each of the dimensions that were important to us. Other candidates were very qualified in any of those areas, some of them more or less, but none was as high in our ranking as Jason was in all 4 of those categories. So we think we could not have made a better selection. We're extremely proud of our ability to announce Jason as our head coach and general manager. And at this time, I'd like Jason to come and just have a short word with you. Thank you.
Thank you. I probably don't want to say anything after that. Thanks, Glenn. But first, the first thing for me, it's very important that you know and that I know that I have to continue a tradition that's been set here. You have to be very respectful of what has been accomplished here in the past, and I believe I have to do that. And the new players that come in, they're going to be part of that tradition. So history and tradition are very important to me, and Chilliwack is a well-known organization, and that's what drew my interest to apply for this job. So you look at this facility, it's first class, and I've been around the town for a bit now. It's a beautiful area, so it's a spot where people want to be, including myself. So I'm excited to be here. And in terms of the program moving forward, I've talked to returning players and some of our recruits coming in, and how we act on the ice, and even more importantly, how we act off the ice is very important to me. I want these young men to learn that they're part of the community, and the way they conduct themselves is very important for now and in the future. Because unfortunately, we're going to be anybody involved in hockey or being a hockey player, you're going to be a person longer than you're a hockey player. So they have to learn to be a person first, and that's very important to me. And all I can say about the hockey product, it'll be an exciting style of game. It'll be a very I don't know how disciplined we'll be on the ice, though, Glenn, but it'll be a very physical type team that competes. I guess I'll use the word competes. And, so I'm very, very excited for that. And I think we're going to have some exciting news here next week and the week after regarding players and commitments. And there's a couple that we're really, really excited about. And, I think we'll win some recruiting wars here. Against some very good organizations and, teams right across North America. And then as a family person, my girls are very excited to come here. We're a very outdoor family. My girls love to ski, golf. So when I explained to my oldest daughter that we could go golfing in the morning and drive an hour and go skiing, she was pretty excited. So we're really excited to be here, and being part of the community is very important. My whole family is very active, and I guess one of the things I talked to Glenn about, being the size of this town, I know people want local players on this hockey team, and I want local players on this hockey team, and it's important, and everyone can identify with them. But so I want to be part of the minor hockey system in some way that we can help and assist in developing these players. We want every player in the minor hockey system to dream to be a chief. Like, we want their goal to be a Chilliwack chief, and hopefully we can get that partnership going, and that's what I want to strive for. And if you have any questions, I'll be around, and feel free to come up and ask and introduce yourself and talk away. Thanks for having me.
Good. Welcome. Yep. Thank you, Jason. And And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here. Some of you are involved with the hockey club in various ways, and we really, really appreciate that. Without the kind of help that we get from our volunteers, our billets, and our on and off ice officials and whatnot, we couldn't exist. So we thank you for that. And for those of you who are our business partners, we thank you very much for your support. It's terrifically important for us, both financially and as a demonstration of our involvement with the community. So we thank you very much for that. Our media partners, our friends from 89.5 The Drive, Mr. Gemmell, our friends from the newspapers, we appreciate that so much, Carly. So thank you all for coming, and I would like you each to take a moment and introduce yourself personally, if you haven't already, to Jason. Let him know who you are and how you might want to work with him or be involved in our operations. And with that, I will say thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you on the ice.
So it seems fitting, with it being the 25th anniversary, to have a fresh face for the Chiefs. Do you see a new direction for this team?
I see a even more engaged team with the community. I think that's first and foremost. It's terrifically important that the Chilliwack Chiefs be seen as Chilliwack's team. We've had a great success in having fans come out. We've led the junior hockey leagues in Canada for the last couple of years in our attendance. That's great. We have a great new relationship with the University of the Fraser Valley and their community. And we're looking for even more ways that we can engage in the community. One of the things about Jason is that he is the kind of guy that likes to get involved with charity groups and events that happen in the city and other ways that he can integrate and infiltrate those segments of the community that perhaps will grow more fans for us, but more importantly, a greater affinity toward the club from all of the people of the city.
Now, you mentioned before all the things that you liked about Jason and his qualifications. Was he somebody that stuck out from the beginning when you were going through the candidates?
Absolutely. He did stick out for me right from the beginning. And when we started to go through the long short list with the owners, it was very easy for them to quickly see that, wow, we got somebody who's very special here. I must say the recommendations that he got from other people, previous employers, community leaders where he lived, college head coaches from major universities in the United States and Canada, people he played with, people he coached with, everywhere. It was just glowing report after glowing report. So he was very high on our list pretty quickly. Then when I got to talk to him, first by telephone and then eventually in person, I realized he is exactly the guy we wanted.
Now, because the Chiefs obviously had a long-standing coach, 21 years, how do you see the transition for the fans, for this community?
The fans will take a little while to get to know him. We had a love affair with Harvey Smeal for 21 years, and for good reason. And so, a lot of people say, "Ooh, we have to see." So they'll be waiting it'll be show me, let me see. Other people will look at his pedigree and say, "Well, yeah, he's probably pretty good." I think what will start to tell the story will happen this very weekend when we hold our spring camp. And some of the kids that are coming, and some of the kids that are coming because Jason is here already, are going to start showing people that, we have the ability to attract the kind of players that are going to make this a winning team and a real performing and entertaining team. And then as we move forward to our fall or our summer camp and eventually a training camp, they'll start to get excited. I'm terrifically excited, and I think our fans will be too. And those that still haven't bought their season tickets will come out and have a look, and I think they'll be very pleasantly surprised.
What are you bringing to this team, and what can fans expect come September?
I've in my previous jobs, I've been successful for our teams, and coming from Woodstock, the 8 years I was there, we were in the finals 4 times, and fortunate enough to win 3, and made the trip to the Royal Bank Cup. So, I bring a winning history, but this is brand new. So, hopefully I can bring that same history of success here.
Now, you took last year off. Has that influenced your approach to the game at all?
You know what? I've told many people, if you have an opportunity to take a year off, do so. It was great. You get refreshed, and a little bit more time to watch some hockey and, just kind of rethink how I approach the game and how I taught it. And, I think it's any profession, if you have some time off to evaluate or reevaluate, it's a good thing.
Now, you obviously know the history of this team with having a coach for 21 years. How are you going to handle the added pressure, or is there added pressure for yourself?
Well, you have to respect what was accomplished here in the past, and I'm very, that's important to me. The foundation was built, and it's up to me to carry that tradition on. So, you really have to respect what was done here, and Harvey's done an excellent job. He's well known throughout North America for his coaching ability, and I just have to come in here and carry that on, and every coach has their own approach, and I'm just going to put my approach to it, and hopefully I'm just as successful as Harvey was.
Now, spring camp is this weekend. What are you looking forward to, or is there something you're excited about?
Well, I've watched quite a bit of video on the returning players, and I'll see some of them live at spring camp. So, and then some of our recruits are coming in, so that's very exciting just to see them live in action. So, and the opportunity to meet them in person. So, that's what I'm looking forward to, and it gives you a good measurement of where the team is and where we have to go, and it gives you the foundation for the summer to add the pieces that you need.
Now, Chiefs clearly play a huge role in this community. Where do you see yourself and your family fitting in that role?
Well, wherever we've been very active members in the community, and especially my 3 girls, and we're just going to continue with that. We want to be part of the community and get involved as much as possible. So, I know my oldest daughter said she'd like to be here, before the start of the summer, so she can get involved in some activities and to meet some new people. So, we're really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you.